Welcome back. We want to bring back to Capitol Review Virginia Delegate Danica Roem, the country's first openly transgender U.S. state legislator. Delegate Roem, thank you so much for joining us again. So Governor Youngkin released his finalized new policies on how Virginia schools will treat transgender students. It ultimately, like we talked about before, gives the power to parents to decide. Now, based off of what you've seen on it, for you, what do you think is the main disconnect? What could go wrong?
So the main disconnect with what the governor has proposed is that he fundamentally did not address the major issues that we had raised at the JCAR meeting in December of last year regarding whether this is lawful in a number of different capacities. And while, basically the directive here does our model policies, they do have a number of citations attached to them. There are glaring problems with this. So number one, if you were to go all the way to the bottom of page 18, for example, where he tries to ban trans kids from playing on sports teams that actually align with their gender identity in the first place. Number one, the enabling legislation that we actually passed in the first place in 2020 on this explicitly excluded athletics from being included in the first place because the Virginia High School League, as a nonprofit, non-governmental private entity, has jurisdiction over that.
So you're saying now, and you said it back in September, that the governor doesn't have the legal authority to implement these policies. So does that still stand? What kind of legal challenges will we see?
You'll see that he tries to regulate bathroom usage, and then he even notes, except as noted in Grimm versus Gloucester County, or Glenn versus Gloucester County School Board and state law. Then that means that this provision is bunk. It is nothing. It is a nothing. And the proof in that is that, number one, Grimm versus Gloucester County School Board was decided in federal court against the policy of the Gloucester County School Board in Virginia. This was a Virginia-specific case that the United States Supreme Court's conservative majority did not accept to overturn when it had gone up through district court, through the appeals court. It actually allowed the appeals court rulings to stand. And so therefore, number one, it's a problem with federal law. Number two, it's a problem with the Virginia Human Rights Act as amended in 2020, which includes protections in public accommodations, including educational facilities for sexual orientation and gender identity. That is within the Code of Virginia. The governor, by simply including this, based on what his administration had said last year, is they hope it will change eventually. You don't legislate based on what you hope will be there, nor do you take executive action based on what you hope the General Assembly will eventually do or the federal courts will eventually do. You have to work within the confines of the law, and therefore that section is moot.
And you've made it loud and clear that the governor doesn't have legal rights over any of this, that we will see challenges. But I also want to bring your attention to something else. So after the Youngkin administration, they recently just removed a webpage on LGBTQ resources for youth. How is that message being received by the community? Are you worried that this is the beginning of a bigger threat?
So here's the bottom line on this is, like, look, if you are a parent of an LGBTQ kid, you want your child treated just the same as everyone else. You want that child to be respected, and you don't want that child to be called names. You don't want that child to be hurt. And I think if you're a parent of a child who's not LGBTQ in the first place, you probably want that same basic principle. And one of the things that the governor tried to do is say, like, oh, well, we're going to respect people and we're going to have, there's these other resources and everything. You can't respect someone by calling them names. You can't respect someone by hurting them. And that's kind of the bottom line here, is whether it's the action that was taken on the website or whether it's these model policies, it gets down to a very fundamental question of what is in the best interest of children. And the best interest of children is going to, depending on who and the family and everything else that comes with this, can very often be determined on a case-by-case basis with some overriding truths on this, which is we're going to be respectful to everyone. We're not going to call you something that you don't want to be called in the first place. We're not going to harm you. We're not going to single you out. We're not going to stigmatize you. And yes, parents absolutely have rights in this. And yes, parents absolutely have a fundamental say in their children's education. I agree with that as much as anyone else does. And at the same time, we also respect the fact that every family is different from each other, and that different families have different needs, and that the needs of trans kids are going to be very specific to trans kids, which means that you have to have the community present at the table talking to you about what it is that trans youth actually go through in the first place.
Virginia Delegate Danica Roem, thank you so much for being here for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.